And you know, finally the day came. So on the 11th of February, my manager called me impromptu and he was like, you know, Abby, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give you this bad news. Unfortunately, your role's been impacted, and you know, you're gonna be given the news by the administrators tomorrow that you're officially like redundant and it's gonna be effective as of tomorrow. So I was like, wow, like I was shocked. Obviously, I knew it was something that was coming, but it's just like, like I'm really receiving this news. And I was like, what? Like, this is crazy. Like, I've never experienced anything like this. Like, from going to like having all these interviews, getting turned down, to now literally being like given a role without me even having to put like no effort into it. Like, I was literally feeling majorly blessed, and I was just like, wow, like, God, this is literally it. Like, hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm just gonna start off by saying the year 2020 into 2021, to be honest, was really a whirlwind of a year. Like, there was so many changes, so much happened, and obviously, like, I know this is the case for a lot of us out there, so it's just not just about me. But as I said in the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the key things that happened to me between the year 2020 and 2021. So including the fact that I got made redundant from my job from which I was working for the past 3 years, and then to finding a whole new job within 24 hours with so much ease, and finally reducing my YouTube upload schedule, so going back down to 1 video a week when I just almost like recently started doing 2 videos a week. So anyway, in this video I'm going to break it all down for you guys, tell you exactly what happened, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you do, and also let me know if you'd like me to do more like key updates, you know, talking about life type videos like this. So before I really get into today's video, I just want to put out a little disclaimer that basically like this video is in no way supposed to be like me gloating or bragging or boasting or anything like that, and in no way am I making light of the whole redundancy situation, because I know that, you know, within the company that I was working for previously, a lot of people did get made redundant, and I'm sure it hasn't necessarily been easy for them ever since that. And so yeah, in me sharing my news and like how it's turned around into a good thing, it's just to say that, you know, sometimes it's just about waiting for your time, and good things will just fall into place with ease as long as you know, continue to have faith and just like keep doing what you need to do personally. And also just to say, like, you know, to be honest, like, thank God, because I don't know how all of this happened and how everything just sort of slotted into place for me. But yeah, hopefully you can take away some good from this video and you'll find it encouraging. So let's break it down and talk about the 3 areas individually. So I'm going to start off with the whole redundancy situation, how that came about and my experience with it. So yeah, I'll start with last year. So basically when COVID hit, obviously a lot of organisations were heavily impacted, and that included my company, or the company that I used to work for. And so because of that, a whole lot of us were put on furlough, including myself. So I was on furlough for pretty much the whole year last year, so 5 to 6 months straight. I was on furlough, not working, and even when they did bring me back into the company, it was on like a part-time basis. So half of the week I was working, the other half was furlough. And so it's even because of that that I even decided to increase my upload schedule, just because, you know, I had more time, so I thought like, why not? So yeah, based on the whole like furlough situation throughout the year, it was really clear that, you know, even before the news of administration for the company came out, like it was clear that our jobs weren't really safe, like, you know, something was gonna happen. So because I knew that really my job wasn't really safe, like I was doing a lot of job searching, had loads of interviews throughout the first lockdown. Like, I was really working hard at trying to find something, multiple interviews in a week, but something still wasn't given. Like I kept getting feedback that, you know, they took on someone that had more experience and stuff like that. So it was just like, I'm actually working hard for these interviews, doing the prep, you know, it's going well, but then I'm coming back to hear like, you know, negative news. So like, what's going on? So I kind of just like took it as, you know, okay, you know what, I kind of feel like what I need to do is just focus on, you know, what I'm doing. So stick with the job that I have now, keep working there, keep, you know, saving money, but then also working on my own venture, so that, you know, soon I'll be able to go full-time freelance and just focus on that stuff. So I thought, in a sense, that was basically a sign from God that, you know, I just need to keep at what I'm doing and not focus on trying to find another job, because I don't really need it. And to be honest, like my heart wasn't really in it. I didn't feel like I wanted to get another job whereby maybe there was going to be a lot of demand and pressure for me, like in terms of the work, and then so because I have so much time invested in a job, I wouldn't have time to be able to do my own stuff. So a lot of those kind of thoughts were going through my mind. So obviously when I wasn't successful with interviews like for a long period of time, I just kind of took it as a sign that, okay, you know what, stay focused on your stuff and keep trying to push that as much as you can. So anyway, fast forward a couple of months, like towards the end of the year basically now, we found out that my company was going into administration. Manager had a conversation with us telling us like basically what it meant for us and that we more or less should be on the lookout for other jobs because, you know, it's pending. So, you know, anyway, even though I've heard this news, I'm still not like, you'd think I would go straight away and start looking for jobs again, but really that wasn't the case for me. Like I just kind of felt like, you know, like I've been looking all this time, nothing's happening. Let me just focus on my stuff, you know, try and make something of it. Because obviously by now, I've got the sourcing stuff going on. I've got my YouTube channels monetized. So I'm just like, you know what, let me just keep trying to push those businesses and grow that. Because realistically, it is possible for me to be able to make these things my full-time things that pay me, especially the sourcing element. So yeah, I just, in a way, I wasn't really worried. Obviously, there's the fact that, you know, I live at home with my family as well. So there's that too. So it's not like, you know, I've got the mortgage on this house that I'm living in to pay. So like obviously those kind of things weren't a worry for me. So that obviously like alleviated the stresses of me feeling the need to go and start looking for jobs because of this pending redundancy coming. So anyway, meanwhile, while I'm just here like kind of like carefree, not doing so much about, you know, the upcoming redundancies, news is already coming out, you know, that groups of people within the business are being made redundant like in like batches. And so we've been given the news that the first batch was happening like maybe within, you know, a couple of weeks, and the people would be told that if they were affected. So anyway, yeah, shortly afterwards some people were made redundant. Even at that point I didn't start looking for jobs. Like people were contacting me, so like recruiters on LinkedIn and, you know, stuff like that. So when people would approach me, I would like push forward for the roles and apply. But again, nothing was happening. Had successful interviews, people just weren't taking me on. They were saying, oh yeah, like, you know, interviewed really well, they really liked you, but, you know, they decided to take on somebody with more experience, you know, doing this, doing that, whatever. So yeah, again, it was just like, what can I actually do? I'm doing all that I need to do, but nothing's still giving. So anyway, I just continued on in my usual way, like just focusing on the things that I can control, my own businesses. And, you know, finally the day came. So on the 11th of February, my manager called me impromptu and he was like, you know, Abby, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give you this bad news. Unfortunately, your role's been impacted, and, you know, you're gonna be given the news by the administrators tomorrow that you're officially like redundant and it's gonna be effective as of tomorrow. So I was like, wow, like I was shocked. Obviously I knew it was something that was coming, but it's just like, me, like I'm really receiving this news. Like it was just, I don't know exactly how to explain the thoughts that were going through my head, but it's just like, wow, like this has really happened now. Like this has really happened to me. And I don't know if you know much about it, but like basically when your company goes into administration, you also kind of lose like certain rights. So like they don't even have to pay you like notice pay, like you have to claim that from the government afterwards. So yeah, like it's a whole messy situation. So yeah, I received that news. My manager even like found it so hard giving me the news. So anyway, as this conversation with my manager progressed, like he just kept saying how he felt so bad, and like if there was anything that he could do to support me during this time, that he would do so, and that I should just call it out if I needed anything. And so yeah, at that point he then said that, you know, he'd been in touch with somebody from a company who was like recruiting for a particular role. You know, the role wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but I was just like, you know, yeah, sure, please do put me forward, because at the end of the day, like, you know, something's better than nothing. Like I would still like some income at this point. So yeah, he said, okay, no problem, you know, I'll contact the lady and she'll be in touch. So now after coming off the phone to my manager, like bearing in mind this is Thursday 11th of February, the day before I'm officially redundant, a lady contacts me who's basically the lady he'd been in touch with who was recruiting for a role. So she contacted me like literally within a few hours, sent me an email saying that, you know, she got my details from my manager and that basically she had a role, would I be interested in having a conversation about it, just to like see if I'd like to, you know, move forward. So I responded like, yes, like definitely I'd like to have a call, you know, about the role. So basically she set up a meeting for us for the following morning. Was it the following morning? Yeah, the following morning, the day that I was also going to receive like the official confirmation of my redundancy. So I basically had what was like nothing more than a 20-minute conversation, like really casual conversation with her and one of her colleagues, and that was my interview. Like I can't even call it an interview because I didn't prepare for it. Like no real like formal difficult questions were asked. It was more like them telling me about the role, seeing if I'd be interested, because as I mentioned earlier, the role wasn't exactly the kind of thing that I was doing before. It was a bit more of a junior role, or that's how they'd advertised it. But yeah, at the end of the day, like when I've actually gotten into the company now, the role is actually more advanced, and I guess because of my experience where I'm coming from, they've sort of like promoted my role. So anyway, yeah, let me not get into that because I'll just go off rail. But yeah, the conversation was so brief. You know, I thought another interview was going to pend after that, but nothing more came of it. I came off the phone to them. They said that they'd be in touch that day, to be honest. I was like definitely hopeful because I felt like, okay, for them to say they'll be in touch today, like that's, you know, that sounds positive. And then I came off the phone, and then I got an email from another colleague of theirs saying how basically she wanted to have a chat with me too, because I'd be working like directly with her. So then I literally had a call with her for like 10 minutes that day also. So again, that gave me like, you know, confidence that this was really going in the right direction. So when I came off the phone to her also, she also said, yeah, that we'll be in touch. So I was feeling like, okay, this is sounding good. So I quickly just want to call out now that both of these conversations now are taking place on the day of my redundancy. So I'm having these like informal interviews about this new job on the day of my redundancy, and obviously they're telling me that we'll be in touch and sounding quite positive on the day of my redundancy. So it was almost like, yeah, this thing is secured. So anyway, fast forward to the following Monday now. Obviously this is well like less than 24 hours working days anyway. I get an email literally like 9 o'clock in the morning, you know, saying, you know, hi Abby, you know, sorry we didn't get back to you earlier, it's just been busy, but HR are going to be in touch with an offer letter. And I was like, what? Like, this is crazy. Like, I've never experienced anything like this. Like, from going to like having all these interviews, getting turned down, to now literally being like given a role without me even having to put like no effort into it. Like, I was literally feeling majorly blessed, and I was just like, wow, like God, this is literally it. Like, things really just fall into place when they should, and they'll just happen for you as long as you continue to like, I guess, do what you need to do, play your part, and just like keep moving. So anyway, yeah, I got the news. I was just like so happy. Shortly afterwards, you know, HR did email me with my offer letter, and you know, got the ball rolling with all that kind of stuff. And like, I can't even really put into words how excited I was. Told my family, everyone was excited. Told my manager the news. He was super excited and so happy, because obviously he didn't want me to be out of a job. And like, yeah, it was just amazing news. Like, it just felt so good. So yeah, that's how I went from being redundant one day to like within 24 hours having a new job, and like just everything just falling into place, feeling secure again, even more secure than, you know, with my previous job. And like, honestly, I know earlier in the video that I was saying how, you know, I wasn't even sure that I wanted a new job because it was going to bring too much stress and maybe like, you know, basically take away from, you know, the personal things that I'm doing, like the businesses I'm trying to, you know, grow for myself. But to be honest, like this new job, like it is busy, but I'm actually really enjoying it. So it just really goes to show also that maybe a lot of my like lack of wanting to like maybe progress or even get into another roles, because where I was previously, because obviously of the whole furlough stuff and the company going into administration, where it was lacking, you know, maybe challenge and interesting things for me to do, because obviously the company is such a unsteady place. Like, it just made me not really want to work anymore. I just kind of felt like, well, what's the point of this? I'm just here not really doing much. Like, it's just not really worth my while. But obviously finding this new company now, doing work that actually I'm enjoying, it gives me a whole new perspective. And I'm kind of like, I'm even now kind of feeling like, am I even ready to leave the corporate world and like go full-time freelancer? Like, won't I miss it a little bit? And you know, all those kind of things. So yeah, it's just giving me a new perspective basically, and I guess I'm just rolling with it. I'm enjoying, you know, my full-time role. I'm enjoying creating content, doing the sourcing stuff, and you know, other ventures that I want to start off. And like, it's just really a whole new chapter for me, and I'm just like literally embracing it, like, you know. And there's not much more that I can say. Just feeling super blessed, and like, thank God literally, because redundancy is not an easy thing, you know, as I've said earlier in the video. a lot of people have been impacted negatively by it, and like I just feel like so grateful because, you know, my situation literally turned around, and, you know, without me having to stress really. So yeah, like literally again, all I can say is thank God. And like, yeah, like if you are facing any similar situation, or like, you know, other things are going on in your life and you just feel like, you know, what am I going to do, like this out of my hands, in certain situations it is just out of your hands, and all you can do is do what you can do and just try and be positive. So yeah, that's my little story from redundancy to now having a new job. Now I want to go into basically why I've now reduced my upload schedule. So now I'm going back down to 1 video a week rather than doing 2. So in essence, it all comes down to stress management and avoiding burnout. As I said, last year I was on furlough most of the year, so I had a lot more time. Now I've gone into a new job, you know, I've got YouTube, I've got the property sourcing, you know, other things that I'm working on, and literally like burnout was really pending. Like I was getting really exhausted, and I was just like, this is not where I want to be. Like at the start of the year, I said in a video that, you know, this year is about realignment, getting more balance in my life, having more time for relaxing, chilling. I haven't been the greatest at it, but like that upload schedule with all the new things I've taken on just was leading to utter chaos. So yeah, that had to be addressed. Like, to be honest, even the time when I was on furlough, I thought that I was constantly running around and always doing something. So I just really was doing too much. And I think, to be honest, it would have started showing in my videos, because I remember sitting down doing one of my last recordings prior to deciding that I had to go back down to 1 video. I remember recording the video was so stressful. I literally got halfway in the video recording and I was like, I'm done. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, if I'm going to continue in this way, stressing myself out to get 2 videos out a week, struggling to record them, to edit them on time, upload them on time, I'm gonna quit YouTube in no time. And I was like, I can't do this. So yeah, in order to keep this sustainable and make sure that I put out regular content that is, you know, quality over quantity, and, you know, it's content that I actually enjoy creating, yeah, I just said, let me go back down to 1 video a week. So yeah, that's basically it. That's what influenced my decision. And thank God that I did at the time that I did, because to be honest, that week that I said I'm going back down to 1, I literally got like so many more investors signing up for my property sourcing service. So obviously that was going to get a lot more demanding. And as well as that, I offer another like service, which is more or less like a property consultation support call. So people book with me and I advise them on their personal situation. So I had about 3 bookings for that in that same week. So again, more demand, like, you know, more work for me to do. So yeah, like it was literally like a thing of timing, and I'm just happy that I decided to do that, because literally if not, I would have been like pulling my hair out. But anyway, yeah, this is just to now say that, yeah, things have really like turned around in terms of where I was the earlier last year to where I am today. Like my business is starting to scale in the way that I want it to. I obviously got this new job, which I'm so grateful for. And like things are just looking up. Like there's definitely been like downs, like there's been, you know, the bad periods, but like I'm really seeing a lot more positivity and more growth in the areas that I wanted to, and that, you know, the areas that I've been working on for a while now. So just feeling really grateful, super blessed. Hopefully this video has been like of encouragement to you, maybe if you're facing something similar, just to like keep your head up, you know, wait for the light at the end of the tunnel, and just keep pressing on and doing what you need to do, and just like have faith that things are going to work out in the end. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, hope you found it useful. If you have done, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do let me know if you'd like me to do more of these update like chatty videos, and I'll do so. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.